So the state of education in our country is going in the toilet. Like I talked about in episode 273 about Nicole Solis from Rhode Island, who was sued by the teachers union because she requested information regarding the curriculum her child was being taught in school. That case ended up going further than I even knew, so that's why I want to talk about it again. And I want to talk about another one in Arizona where a teacher goes before a committee meeting basically telling them who are the parents they have no right to know because we're the teachers and we have master's degrees. So let's take a look at her first from Arizona. And she's speaking of and in opposition of Senate Bill SB 1700 that would give the parents the right to see what exactly their children were being taught in classes. So have a look at this.
I have a master's degree because when I got certified, I was told I had to have a master's degree to be an Arizona certified teacher. We all have advanced degrees. What do the parents have? Are we vetting the backgrounds of our parents? Are we allowing the parents to choose the curriculum and the books that our children are going to read? I think that it's a mistake. I'm just speaking from the heart. The one line that I love is, we must remember that the purpose of public education is not to teach only what parents want their children to be taught. It is to teach them what society needs.
So there you go. She has a master's degree, and she was told she had to have one to be a teacher. So they all have advanced degrees. And what do the parents have? And are they being vetted? Vetted. These teachers are not being vetted properly because of the shit that they're trying to push down our children's throats. Okay? She's in opposition of the Senate Bill 1700 because she can't break out the books about gender ideology, about critical race theory that these teachers are not supposed to be teaching. They want to do it under our noses, behind our backs, and they will do anything and everything possible to get over on the parents. That woman in Arizona should not be a teacher. I don't care if she has 6 master's degrees. If she's insistent on teaching this crap to children, she does not belong in a classroom, okay? And she's against this Senate bill, and I'm going to read a little bit to you. It's Senate Bill SB 1700, and it requires the Arizona Department of Education to maintain a list of books that public educational institutions may not or make available to students, including books that are lewd or sexual, promote gender fluidity, or gender pronouns, or groom children into normalizing pedophilia. That's what that woman wants to do. These are the type of books that she's complaining about because she's not able to use them if this bill goes through. And it goes on to say, a district governing board must approve the basic textbooks, or if a course does not use a textbook, the supplemental books used for common school or high school courses of study will be made available. And in the end, it says, a parent of a student in a public educational institution. Now that's important because this is public education. It's not a private school. These teachers do not have a right to teach whatever they want to people's children. And anyways, the parent of a student in a public educational institution has the right to review learning materials and activities in advance and may withdraw the students from a class or program using learning material or a form of activity to which the parent objects on the basis that is harmful to their children. Arizona is on the right track with the education anyways, okay? But that teacher is insistent that she knows more because she has a master's degree. Well, all the education she has, why does she think it's okay to promote gender fluidity, gender pronouns, or grooming of children? And why should children be looking at lewd or sexual books? They shouldn't. And that's the same thing that's happening in Rhode Island, where the lady Nicole Solis was being sued by the National Teachers Union. Now, she went on Fox and spoke to a reporter about it. So here's what she had to say about exactly what happened to her.
Nicole, thank you for joining us this morning. It must have been pretty disconcerting to see that you were the topic of this secret meeting with your picture up as if you were some sort of criminal.
Yes, this was a meeting that the teachers union had, an emergency meeting where they painted me like a wanted enemy of the state simply because I submitted public records requests. A teacher leaked these slides to me. There were 250 teachers that attended where they were alerted to me being an attack on public education. You know, these people present themselves as if they are pillars of the community when really they look more like psychopaths zeroing in on a target. The guy that made these slides is a middle school math teacher in my town, and he's acting like a psycho, pasting pictures of me like on slides as if he's in his mom's basement. Like who does this to a person?
Yeah.
But this isn't about me. This is what the teachers union does. They target parents, and this is happening across the country. Since I've gone public, I have seen letters from the teachers union that send threats of lawsuits to other parents because the teachers union doesn't like what they say on Facebook about them. So they have secret meetings about me. They have threats of lawsuits against other parents. And in my case, they actually did sue me. So this is my evidence that they've been harassing me from day one. And, you know, months later, they then filed a lawsuit against me. And it's all because I asked questions about public education.
So what's happening to her in Rhode Island is happening all over the country. And like she said, the teachers had a secret meeting and at least 250 attended, basically so they could all participate. And one teacher actually had slides with this lady's photo on them, basically saying she is the enemy of the state. She is giving us a problem and we need to stop her. And that's why they filed a lawsuit, only because they are trying to hide what they are really doing, which is teaching this gender crap, critical race theory to young children. Now, most people don't have a problem with the critical race theory, but there's a part of it that should be taken out, which is the critical race theory that has to do with black queer theory. Why do we have to teach our children about that? They will do anything and everything possible, including having private meetings and posting someone's photo like she is a terrorist. They're treating her like a domestic terrorist, just like Joe Biden's DOJ treats parents. They are not allowed to speak up at school board meetings and tell these people what they're doing is wrong. They are poisoning the minds of our children. And that lunatic in Arizona with, I have a master's degree, no one gives a shit. She wants parents vetted. Every single person who wants to become a school teacher, they should do a thorough background on all of them, from the time they were in middle school to the time they left college, and see what they were involved in their whole school career. Because I think I said this before, I am almost positive you would find that a lot of these teachers got involved in that shit when they were in college. The protests, they got involved with the alphabet people, they got involved with BLM, and everything was a cause. And now they're licensed teachers, and they think that because they are a teacher, they can do whatever they want. Well, they can't. When are these politicians going to stop with this woke nonsense? Teach the children what they need to learn, the basics of education as they're coming up in grade. And you heard her say, the Arizona lady, okay? It's not, the parents just want them to teach what the public school system should allow them, like basic classes, math, English, history, right? Oh no, she wants to teach what society is about. Yeah, their society is the alphabet people, the BLMs, the BIPOC groups. That's what these teachers are involved in. And again, I don't care what color their skin is. That nut in Arizona happens to be white, but she wants to shove this crap down the throats of children because they think they can. They think because they have people's children for a certain amount of time each day that they can make every single decision regarding their education. But what they're forgetting is it's a public school system. The children go to these schools because their parents live in these areas and pay their taxes to send their kids to public school. If it was a private institution, then it would be a different story. It would be a different fight. But in the public education system, these teachers should not be allowed to teach it. And I'll say it again. I'm going to read it again because it pisses me off. Gender fluidity, gender pronouns, groom children into normalizing pedophilia because they don't want to call it pedophilia anymore. They want to call them minor attracted persons. Well, those minor attracted persons that a lot of them are in our classrooms teaching our kids are nothing but pedophiles and predators and groomers. And they need to not only be removed from the classroom, they need to be put behind bars for the harm they're doing, even if it's mentally or emotional harm. They need to be stopped because if they let this go on, all they're going to do is poison the minds of our young people just so they can grow up and become part of the alphabet group. That's what this is all about. They want these kids to learn how to protest. They want to spit their ridiculous political propaganda on kids and use them as political props so they can get their message across in the classroom. I'm glad that the woman in Rhode Island is fighting, and every parent should get involved with this because this is going on in every single school in the United States. The public school systems need to teach the kids the basics: arithmetic, English, history, science, and whatever extracurricular classes they have, but not involving what are your pronouns, what gender do you think you are, or what do you want to be, and how do you feel about adults who are attracted to children. It's absolute garbage, and it needs to stop. This is the mainstream liberal media gets involved in this, and they're against the parent. The liberal media reports this shit and saying the parents are getting involved and they're disturbing the education system because we all know they're in the pockets of the Democrats in Washington. So they're going to do whatever those asshats say. It's a complete disgrace that we have people who are smart people go through all those years of education to get a degree to teach people, and they throw that out the window because they have to do what society wants. My society wants to teach the kids what they need to learn. My society doesn't get involved in the gender fluidity or pronoun bullshit because that's exactly what it is. People need to open their eyes and get involved because these teachers are out of control, and it's only going to get worse unless people like Nicole Solis in Rhode Island get involved and put a stop to these teachers who think they can do whatever they want, whenever they want. They can't, and they should be removed from a classroom if they continue to do it. And that's it. If you haven't liked this video, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell. Share this video with someone because there's parents out there who have children in schools and the teachers are doing this to their children. So share it with as many people as you can. I'd appreciate that. Hope everybody's healthy and safe, and I'll see you soon. Have a great night.